Hi, I have some beginning thoughts on the Nintendo Switch 2. This is the first time I ever got a console on launch day, which I'll admit is sad because Mario Kart World is very expensive, but managed to snag one of the last 3 bundles at Walmart right after 3 other people bought 6 of them in total. And let's be real here, they're probably trying to upsell 5 of those right now. Anyways, I'll start with the console itself, the menu and how the games run, and then I'll end with a short little review of Mario Kart World. The Nintendo Switch 2 looks and feels nice, and it is quite a novelty to see the original Switch fit inside of the Switch 2. The new Joy-Cons are basically nothing but improvements. The material feels nice, the buttons have nice clicks, the colors are good too, and the way they attach to the console is pretty fun. Now about the C button. I don't personally own Nintendo Switch Online, someone I live with has it, so I'm not gonna use the C button, and if I want to use Nintendo Switch Online, I can just play on their profile, so it's kind of useless for me, but that's just my personal experience. It's probably a fine addition for those who'll actually, use it. It's too early to tell if there will be stick drift, and if there is in the future, then just know that every compliment I just gave these controllers is stricken from the record. The best part of this whole controller thing is that you can still use all the original Switch controllers. If they had been petty enough to not allow that, then I don't think I'd be making this video because I wouldn't have the console. I'd have passed up on buying it. Let's go to the menu now, and this is where I have some complaints. When the console was booting up, I gained a glimmer of hope, because, well, I don't remember if there was music for when the Switch 1 booted up, but there was for Switch 2, until there wasn't. The main menu desperately needs music. It's bad enough that it looks exactly like Switch 1's menu, but the fact that it's just as quiet as Switch 1's menu is almost a crime. It shouldn't be that hard to do because Mario Kart proves that they have musicians on hand that know like 10 different genres. I even have a pretty low-key song from the game playing right now. All they have to do is make a song that's just a little bit more chill than this and slap it onto the main menu. And add an option to turn it off too. Boom, done. The Switch 2 will instantly have more charm than the Switch 1. Alright, this next topic I'll only touch on a little bit. All games from the Switch now run better now on Switch 2. Even if you don't have a Switch 2 edition of, say, Breath of the Wild, it'll still maintain a consistent 30 FPS, even in the stress zone of Korok Forest. Pretty much all load times are better now too, but I'm not really the guy to go to for this kind of information, so I'd like to direct you all to the Good Vibes Gaming channel. I believe some former GameXplain employees made it, and they've been pumping out Switch 2 videos for the past, 48 hours or so. Watch their videos if you want to learn more. But now, we'll go to my short review of Mario Kart World. Alright, Mario Kart. It's fun, right? Yeah, it's fun. It is so fun, genuinely. First off, the controls are different enough to feel new, but similar enough to not be too challenging. Grand Prix is Grand Prix, not much has changed there. The idea of driving 2 different courses is not very mind-blowing in practice, but like I said, it's just fun. The real standout here is Knockout Tour, especially with multiplayer. Forming a camaraderie with your fellow human players while also wanting to stay in the game is an amazing experience while playing. I can't wait to try it out with 4 players. Also, in general, having 24 drivers brings the insanity of Mario Kart to the forefront, especially when it's the beginning of the race when you're bunched up still, or if you're in the middle spots. It's the kind of crazy that you can't help but enjoy instead of getting mad at. At first I was a little bummed that 200cc didn't make a return, but I think they've made the NPCs a little more challenging this time, so it's made up for it. Or maybe I'm just bad at the game. Versus races are still a good mode too, although I do wish they kept the more detailed item settings like they added in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. You saw that, right? I was just... Sorry, I've been having it run behind me. I have auto accelerate on, but I guess there's mud pits that you can just die in. Oh man, he's stretching. Anyways, I also really like free roam, even though I think some people won't. The collectibles are not interesting. They're just little stickers that can go on your cart, and I don't even notice them while playing. I didn't even realize you got them from the question mark panels that you drive over, so by extension, the panels aren't that interesting either. Going around and getting costumes is fun, but there's not a consistent amount of them for each character, and the locations of them are not exactly spelled out very well. The costumes and animations of all the characters are really good though. Anyways, that just leaves the missions for free roam, and those are pretty fun, but they can be a little bit challenging, or maybe I'm still bad at the game, I don't know. Their main flaw is that there's no alternative menu to access all of them from. I do see the point that you're supposed to drive around and find them, but you should still be able to see how many incomplete P-switches there are in each area. Instead, there's just a counter to show how many you've completed so far, when there really should be a counter showing how many there are in total. However, all critiques aside, I am personally a player that just likes driving around or roaming around a big world, even if there's nothing to really do in it. That aspect of the game isn't for everyone though, I get that. But in general, Mario Kart World is just amazing. Is it worth $80? I don't think any game is worth $80, no offense to the people making them. That's why I got the bundle that valued it at $50. $70 for Tears of the Kingdom was already pushing it, but you know Nintendo is just salivating at the chance to price the next big Mario or Zelda game at $80 or more. But, oh well. This is our world now, and it's all thanks to Mario Kart. Our world is a Mario Kart world. Alright, that's all I've got for my first thoughts on the Switch 2. This was a shorter video than usual, but I hope you enjoyed hearing my thoughts anyway. Be sure to let me know what you think of the console and Mario Kart World in the comments below. See y'all later.